it's a good thing that I'm talking before the race, because I'll certainly be eating through a feeding tube after the race, so this.
What is up, sports fans? I think in the past year, my VelOhio channel has become synonymous with all things gravel. But did you know that actually sometimes I like to race on mud? So maybe I am a little bit one-dimensional. But welcome to October 28th, and we got a ripper here. This police tape, caution tape, can only mean one thing. We're getting ready for some cyclocross action. And if you were a long-time viewer of my channel, you'll know that my first few VelOhio videos involved comparing various wheel and tire size combinations for cyclocross, which is kind of irrelevant because I just settled on using a cyclocross tire for cyclocross. I think the spirit of gravel is officially dead, but there are actually rules in cyclocross at the higher levels. You can't run anything bigger than a 33 millimeter. You can run whatever you want here, but in the spirit of cyclocross, I do keep my tires under 40 at least. We've been missing cyclocross in Columbus the past few years. It used to be headed up by Cap City Cross, and even though I kind of poked my head in to do some Neo CX and some Ohio Valley CX, nobody's been carrying the torch here in Columbus until this year. Now we have Cbus Cross, and they've resurrected maybe my favorite local course just because it is so close. It took me 20 minutes to get here. This is Smith Farm. This is maybe the biggest hill on the day, and they actually put a diabolical hairpin there this year. If you've never raced cyclocross before, I would urge you to. It's not as dangerous as it looks, and if you do fall, you have a pretty soft landing. Not only is the ground soft, but you're typically going pretty slowly. But it's also the most enjoyable fan atmosphere. There's a 100% chance somebody's gonna scream encouragement. There's a 100% chance somebody's gonna scream discouragement in good nature. And there's maybe a 30% chance somebody's gonna hand you a beer. So, you know, Saturday afternoon, count me in. It's a pretty flat, wide open course. All it has to offer technically are some hairpins. In the spirit of cyclocross, again, it rained all day yesterday. And
you smell chicken soup. You smell chicken soup.
I don't know what that means. Smelled chicken soup. Oh, maybe he was being chicken on that turnaround. I thought the course was going to be torn up. I've never done this before, but I entered the Masters category. One reason that I entered Masters was that I had never done it before. I've always raced in the Cat 4s, well, and Cat 5s. The other reason is that it's about 45 minutes long as opposed to being about 30 minutes long. And coming off the gravel series, I haven't done a whole lot of specific cross training, which is to say cyclocross training. And even though the Cat 4-5s on paper might be easier being a 30-minute race, I don't think I have 30-minute fitness right now. So I think I'd rather be out there just a little bit longer so that I don't have to jack the heart rate to anaerobic right from the start. But that's actually what you do have to do in cyclocross. The whole shot is really the whole race. And if you can get out front before you get all the bottlenecks, your race is just going to be that much better. So unique to this race today, it is the Scream CX. So we are going to have some costumes. The people in costume will have better start positions as well. So clearly I'm not in costume right now, but you better believe the dark night is lurking somewhere. So let me get to registration. I don't actually have all that much time here. We'll get suited up and I'll bring you some race action. Like I said, it's funny, my Van Dessel looks so naked right now without the aero bars, bags and cages and all that nonsense. I also just have the more traditional 700C wheel set, which in this case are actually carbon, but I spoke with the manufacturer. They said that they're fine for off-road shenanigans. They're a nice 28 millimeter wide external, and I've got 38 millimeter Ritchie Megabytes on there, set up tubeless. I'm going to shoot for around 23 in the front, 25 in the rear today. I do still have the Redshift suspension stem on there, which is probably unnecessary, and honestly my saddle to bar drop is probably pretty minimal. That's because it's set up for, you know, 5-hour gravel races. I could have turned it upside down, but just for maybe the couple cross races I'm doing this year, I didn't really think it was necessary. One thing that I did notice is going to a more traditionally sized cassette, this wolf tooth link is now totally irrelevant, and my shifting is just a little bit janky. Having such a big chain with that wolf tooth, I think that the next time I swap my chain out, I'm just going to size it for, you know, a typical 32 or 34 back there, and unless I'm going to go through another whole gravel series again, I just don't really need that. But it'll stay in the tool shop, or at least the toolbox.
All right. 40. Where's the first turn?
There aren't any turns. Okay, don't worry.
no utility belt.
Bruce Wayne from AliExpress. Well, that was awesome. 46 minutes, so I was suspicious. Thought I was actually going to have to do 2 more laps. I was trying to just catch that guy in the purple and then catch Scott on the next lap, but they cut me off since the first place guy just lapped me at the finish line, so maybe I could have caught Scott, but that's about all I could put into it. I mean, I was over lactate threshold the whole race, so that was a lot of fun though. No major mishaps. There's that one turn up there before the hill that I went sideways on a couple times, but that's how I know I found the limit. Oh man. It's like roast battle out there. Everyone making fun of Bruce Wayne. You gotta love cyclocross. Oh, my mouth is so dry. This was the first cyclocross race I ever did.
The Cave Crusader rides. It's a good thing that I'm talking before the race because I'll certainly be eating through a feeding tube after the race, so this is the last time you'll see me with all my teeth.
Oh yeah.
Not here. It was at a different farm, but it was a Halloween race, and I borrowed my buddy Duncan's bike and wore his shoes and everything. So this is about the 11th anniversary of me going as Batman, but only the second time I've done it. Anyway, if you guys have just done road, or if you've just done gravel, or if you've just done mountain, check out some cyclocross. There was one guy here on a hardtail doing it, so you can ride whatever you want. You can ride a fat bike, throw some knobbies on your touring bike, but it's a blast. You just get some brain fog afterward. Well, I am taking my son to the Blue Jackets game, so time to get home. I am pretty happy I'm not covered in mud though. I brought like a trash bag and everything. I mean, these honestly were the perfect tires. And I've thought of just sticking with like 650B with 2.0s on there, you know, some Continental Race Kings, but that amount of mud clearance is just awesome. If you did have a muddy day, I'd be shearing that mud off with my fork and frame if I went with 50s, so 38s, love it. Thanks a lot guys, see you in the next one.